Hey everybody, Scott from Exile Gaming here to show you a list that I'm very excited about. It is a Ruby Amethyst Challenger list. It beat me in a match on stream, and I immediately went and recreated it and started playing with it. Shere Khan, as you can see here, one of the key pieces because we want to be challenging our opponent's characters and getting lore off of that. We'll also be using Sumerian Talisman to get cards off of our characters being banished in challenges. So starting out here, Rafiki, our only one drop, goes up against Captain Hook. So I think we're going to stall here because neither of us wants to turn sideways and open us up to the other. Queen of Hearts coming out. So we've got two characters on board. We're up against Amethyst Steel. Steel with some of their damage songs can definitely be a problem for our challenging characters, removing us without challenging and stopping us from getting Sumerian Talisman card draw. Looking at It Calls Me, not a card that I'd used much before I saw my opponent have it in their list. Getting rid of that Shere Khan feels bad, but I had so many uninkables in hand, and I knew I wanted to bounce back that Rafiki. Hopefully we'll be seeing Shere Khan again soon. Here's Robin Hood, capable of doing some ping damage, which we'll see in a bit. Rafiki goes away. Glad we bounced him back. Peter Pan's Shadow, very nice here because we've got so many rush characters. Look at all of the evasiveness we have. Queen of Hearts gets rid of the Blue Fairy. And I'm feeling like I can start questing now because nothing can really hit me except that Robin Hood because it can use its ability to put one damage in. It could get rid of my Queen of Hearts. Here's the Lamp. This was definitely an interesting list from my opponent. I will see a little bit more of that later. Not seen a lot of Lantern play. We've got a Shift Queen potentially, but I decided against it because it would remove my Rush and then my Evasive. Play a Rafiki. And let's see what our opponent has in store for us at 4 ink potentially. Putting a Beast away. Not a card you see get inked much. So maybe they have another. Hey, there's a Genie. That's right. We got a Genie and Lamp combo. So the Genie banishes the Lamp and it can bounce one of my characters back. Bounces my Peter Pan's Shadow, which gets rid of my Evasive. Opens me up to attacks from Captain Hook. Let's see if Robin finishes off. Queen of Hearts, there it goes. Look at that, we got 3 Rafikis here. Put out that Peter Pan Shadow to protect our Rafiki. And let's see what they've got. Potentially 5 ink now. Banishes himself to draw 3. Doesn't banish, sorry. Puts himself back in the deck to draw 3. The Bayou goes into the ink. And here comes Blue Fairy again with the Lamp. We've got Pinocchio to exert Blue Fairy. And I've got plenty of evasive characters now, so decide to use Rafiki against the Blue Fairy. Quest with Peter Pan's Shadow. I'm doing an alright job here. Decent number of characters on the board. Ahead on lore. Keeping pace on ink. Not a big hand, though. We'd like to get Sumerian Talisman up. We'd like to get our Shere Khan out so we can get lore from our challenges. Here comes that Genie again. Banish the Lamp. Maybe put my Peter Pan's Shadow back in my hand. There it goes. And I'm thinking, I'd like to get the card draw. I'd like to start looking for those Shere Khans and those Sumerian Talismans. But I'd also like to get my Peter Pan's Shadow out. Ink the Rafiki. Play the Rafiki. So the Rafiki here is one of the changes I made to this deck from the opponent who I saw originally use it. They had Peter Pan's in that slot. I didn't love the 1 strength, and I didn't have any Tinkerbells to boost it up. It was inkable though. So who knows? Maybe we'll go back Big Robin Hood. Pretty scary to me. There's the Genie going back into the deck for the card draw. Pretty cool to see that. Another, no, this is the Peter Pan Shadow. Back on the board. Now we've got some evasiveness. I'm going to quest with those evasive characters. I'm going to think, do I care about keeping Pinocchio around? Put the Hey Hey out here. That's another thing that I saw when my opponent played this list for the first time, is that it had Hey Hey in a winning list, which made me very excited. Especially with Sumerian Talisman. And Crasher, Hey Hey, get lore from Shere Khan, banish the Hey Hey, get a card draw off of that with Sumerian Talisman, and then put it right back in your hand. Ooh. There's Chief Bogo, dealing damage when Floodborns are played. And Whole New World helps me find my Sumerian Talisman. One of the other changes I made is I put Aladdin in here, Big Aladdin. Not sure if it'll stick around, but my opponent, the person who had this list that I got it from, had Jafar in there, I think to give you lore off of all the card draw. But I was just inking it all the time, and I think they did the same thing, which I kind of do with this Aladdin too. That might be a revolving spot. But hey, we've got our talisman out there. Thinking about singing Friends on the Other Side, although I do have a full hand. We don't have that Shere Khan yet. Decide to throw two characters into Robin Hood. Thinking about putting that second Sumerian Talisman down. Get rid of the Robin Hood. Draw cards from Talisman. Put the Rafiki away. Could sing Friends and then bounce with Min. Decide to put out that Rafiki. Watch the Peter Pan, feeling pretty confident that they don't have any evasive characters to challenge that Peter Pan at the moment. And I do decide to sing with Maleficent. Thinking Bogo might be eliminating Maleficent anyway. Might as well use the Maleficent while I have it. And hey, look at that. Shere Khan shows up. Things are about to get exciting. Here's that blue fairy. That's 7 ink left for our opponent. There's another big Robin Hood. There goes Maleficent. Oh, that was the Bogo effect, right? Quest with Churnabox follower, maybe banish for card draw. There it is. Friends on the Other Side, sung by Captain Hook. And that is it for them. Let's see how far we can get. We're on 14 lore at the moment, but Shere Khan's out. So there's 2 potential lore there from challenging with Peter Pan and Rafiki. Card draw. Can't challenge Captain Hook because my cost is too low, right? Is that how that Captain Hook works? Finding that out the hard way. This is me thinking, is this bugged? No, it is not. Put my Peter Pan Shadow out there so that my Rafiki can quest and have evasive. Don't have any ink left. Put this second Sumerian Talisman away. Up to ink, or up to 8 ink on my side. Turn it over. They've got a wide board, but they're behind in lore. I'm 4 away. Only got my Rafiki exerted. There's that Jafar. They have any whole new worlds they could sing? Doesn't look like it. Bogo did do the single damage from playing a Floodborn character, but Peter Pan's still alive. Rafiki's still alive. Oh, there goes Rafiki. R.I.P. Banish that item because they do have Jafar on the board, so that gets in the card draw. It looks like they're going to quest. Get up to 9. There's the followers. Let's see how far we can get. We're 4 away with 2 characters on the board. Put Peter Pan's Shadow into Robin Hood. Draw off the Sumerian Talisman. And there's our second Shere Khan. Put the Peter Pan's Shadow back out there. Get rid of the Robin Hood. Bring me to 18 ink. Bounce the Peter Pan's Shadow back. I've got another Rush character going to Bogo to 19, and I can quest to 20. There we go. All right. Another match here. This time versus Amber Emerald. Let's see how fast we can get to those Shere Khans and Sumerian Talismans. It's tempting to keep all the Mim Foxes around. You can see here, Stitch, Little Rocket. Glad that has a place in this list. Maybe we'll see it get used in this game. Same with Hey Hey. Just a lot of things that you don't see in many Ruby Amethyst lists, and a lot of things that you do see in Ruby Amethyst lists that are not in this deck. Got Stitch, New Dog for the opponent. We do have our 1-drop Rafiki. So what are we getting rid of? I'm debating. Do I keep Queen of Hearts or Hey Hey? I love Hey Hey. I'm not saying it's the right play, but I love Hey Hey, so decide that's what I want to do with 2 ink. Rafiki's down. So up against Amber Emerald. Could see a Simba in bodyguard mode. Could see... There we go. Ursula. Take a look at my hand. I think there is 1 song in this deck. But I don't have it in my hand. Hopefully they're looking at these cards saying, well, that's an interesting list. Got Teeth and Ambitions, but nothing on the board that it wouldn't kill to sing. So do we get rid of that Teeth and Ambitions, put the Hey Hey out there? Be a hero to the people. There it is. So now Rafiki could take out Ursula, Hey Hey could take out Stitch, so our opponent has some thinking to do. There goes Flynn Rider into the ink. Opponent's up to 3. That's where the singing Ursula could come in, right? Baloo's up there as well. There's Simba. Does not enter in bodyguard, which is interesting. Will my opponent decide to sing with Ursula and Stitch, even if Simba's not protecting them? Yep. Alright. Well, that's an opening. Probably want to get our Talisman out. Challenge with Rafiki. Get the card draw. I don't like getting rid of Maleficent, who is card draw, but drew the short straw there. I need my Shere Khan. I need my Fox. And Talisman's getting us cards, so I do decide to crash the Hey Hey. So don't take out Ursula all the way. I do put Hey Hey back in my hand. Might have been a mistake. Maybe I wasn't doing good math. Wouldn't put it past me. So now up to 4 ink is my opponent. Turns out didn't need Simba for protection. Ah, the Pride lands. Maybe that's why Simba didn't go into Bodyguard. Wanted to keep it around, make sure it wouldn't get challenged so that they could put it into the Pride land. So that's going to get him some lore. If you have a king character there, it costs 1 ink less to move there. So throw Rafiki into the Pride lands, then bounce that Rafiki back, and finish it off with Mim. Maybe get rid of that Sumerian Talisman. Do we need 2 of them? We decide to get rid of that, put out our Rafiki. Potentially going up to 5 lore for our opponent. I think you can shift... Is it shift 5 for Rockstar Stitch? There it is. Don't have any ink to play those 2-drop characters to get the card draw off of Big Stitch. So another Teeth and Ambitions. Madam Mim could take a Teeth and Ambitions and live if we really wanted to use that to maybe get rid of the Ursula. Start putting damage into Stitch. We don't have any of our Pinocchios out to exert characters. Maybe I've decided that I really do like being evasive with my rush characters. It allows me to quest. Thinking about it. Decided to get rid of that Teeth and Ambitions. Can't play it this turn. Well, I guess I could have... No, I couldn't sing it with Rafiki. He's only 1. Decide Rafiki's worth sacrificing. Turn it over to the opponent, so 5 potential ink this turn from them. Maybe they have multiple 2-drops. There we go. Puts Lilo out there, exerts for the Stitch effect. Cursed Merfolk. Exerts for the Stitch effect. Stitch New Dog. Exerts for the Stitch effect. So they're refilling their hand, but they're also giving me a lot of targets. Probably want a Bodyguard Simba. But that's what I want. I'd like more rush characters in my hand. But we'll probably put Shere Khan out. They did let me keep that Rafiki, unless Stitch wants to... Rockstar Stitch wants to challenge it. Daisy Duck goes away, so we won't be doing any of that discard, which is nice. Look at this, we got all of our Maleficents. Put Shere Khan out there. Gotta go through Simba first. So maybe Rafiki into Simba. That would get rid of Simba and give us a card draw when Rafiki gets banished in a challenge. It would also give us the lore from Shere Khan. Nope. Do Mim instead. Oh, we can use Rafiki into Merfolk. Not take any damage anymore. I decide to ink here because I know I'm going to start discarding. Play Maleficent. Get the card draw. Ooh! Rafiki into Ursula. Rafiki sticks with us. Gets us the lore from Shere Khan. Peter Pan's Shadow into Lilo. And pass. Decided not to go for the cursed merfolk because too precious about all the things in our hand. Probably could have given up that Maleficent. We'll see. We did all the challenging we wanted to. Merfolk with the quest 5/5 in the lore. 5/8. Not anymore. 6. Dock into the Inkwell. Ooh, Perdita. I love Perdita. Especially in these Amber lists with Simba. Play Perdita, put Simba back out there, exerted. Also of note, in in Pixelborn, you want to skip Simba's bodyguard trigger and instead do Stitch's exert trigger. Because I believe in Pixelborn, it asks for Simba's first, and if you do Simba's, you don't get Stitch's. I've made that mistake a lot. Hey, speaking of Stitch, we put our Shere Khan out there. Now we'll be getting 2 lore for every challenge, and I just cannot resist putting this Stitch out there. Right? Right? Throw him into that Simba, potentially. There's the double Shere Khan. Simba's going to take out Stitch, which is going to get me card draw off the talisman. Hey, hey, must go away, way. Why didn't I just put Maleficent in there and keep hey, hey? Who knows? Thinking about putting Maleficent into those cursed merfolk. Get rid of this Rafiki. Well, that would have been a rush character, potentially for next turn. I'm seeing the size of my hand, and I'm clutching any card that might get me more cards. Not going to put these Shere Khans in jeopardy. 13, so we're 7 away. And at this point, if I can keep my 2 Shere Khans and most of those cards out there, getting double lore for every challenge. I only need 3 characters to challenge. Piglet. Getting their additional lore for having so many characters out there. Perdita. Quests, and we'll dig a 2-cost character out of the discard. Probably that Simba. There it is. Do they get the triggers correct? See if they draw off of Stitch. Oh, it's tricky. No doubt. I'm thinking well played. I'm not going to say it. Don't want to be him. Let the opponent tell you it's a good game if they're losing. Ursula. Going to take a look at my hand. Does give him a 2-cost character to turn sideways for Stitch. They are out of ink. I could sing something potentially. Quest with New Dog. We're going to leave it at that. Let's show them the power of a fully operational Shere Khan challenger list. There goes Rafiki into Simba. Banishes Rafiki, gets a card draw. Who's next? Simba gone, we can choose anybody. We don't really need to keep these characters around. This is it. Down goes a New Dog Stitch. Another card draw. Throw Maleficent into Piglet. Now we're at 19. Do we want to challenge or do we want to quest? We came here to do one thing, and that is challenge. Let's go. And there it is. You can see the power of this challenger deck. When you get those key pieces, those Shere Khans, those Sumerian talismans, and you can see why I'm so excited by it. Getting things that you don't normally see, like Hey Hays and those Stitch rockets out there. Yeah, so hope you found it exciting as well. You can find the deck list below. This is Scott from Hexile Gaming. See you next time.